morning student. Today we will discuss the topic of DC motor characteristic. That is, we have to study the characteristic of a DC motor. Then why the characteristic of study motor is necessary? Now to judge the performance of a motor for a particular application. That is, today's topic is DC motor characteristic. Before going to this, we first know what is a DC motor. DC motor is a electrical motor which can convert electrical power to mechanical power. That means your input power is electrical and output is mechanical. That is, we can get the output from the DC motor, that is mechanical energy. Then on which principle DC motor works? Now it is based on the principle that when a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a mechanical force whose direction is given by Fleming's left hand rule. Direction is given by Fleming's left hand rule and magnitude is given by F is BIL Newton. That means where B is the maximum flux density in Weber per meter square, I is the current in ampere and L is the length of the conductor in meter. That is, this magnitude this and the direction we will get the Fleming's left hand rule. That is, what is the Fleming's left hand rule? To know the Fleming's left hand rule, we should stretch the left hand first finger, thumb, second finger in such a manner that they should be mutual perpendicular to each other, such that if middle finger will indicate the direction of the induced current, first finger will indicate the direction of the magnetic field, then thumb will indicate the motion of the conductor, and this is known as Fleming's left hand rule. Then why the necessity of characteristic? Now to judge the performance of the DC motor, performance, how much efficient this DC motor works. And before going to study, two equations should be kept in mind. One equation is TA proportional to phi IL, let this equation 1, and another equation is N proportional to EB by phi, let this equation 2. Where this TA is the armature torque, phi is the flux, IA is the armature current, N is the speed, EB is the back EMF, and phi is the flux. And there is three characteristics. One is TA versus IA, another is N versus IA, and third one is N versus TA. And this first one is TA versus IA, that is, it is the curve between armature torque and armature current of a DC motor, and it is also known as electrical characteristic of the DC motor. Then the second one, N versus IA, that means it is the curve between speed and armature current of the DC motor, and it is very important curve because it is the deciding factor for selection of a particular application. That means which motor application for which purpose, this will decide this second case, that is N versus IA. Then go to third one is N versus TA, that is, it is the curve between speed and armature torque of the DC motor, and it is also known as the mechanical characteristic of the DC motor.